From Studio A at the USC Annenberg School, I'm Devin Diet. As of July of 2021, college athletes can now capitalize on their own name, image, and likeness, often referred to as NIL. These players can be compensated for personal merchandising sales, ad campaigns, sponsorships, social media promotions, and more. USC women's soccer forward and U20 World Cup competitor Simone Jackson recently signed a deal with Nike. I caught up with Simone at the USC soccer fields to talk more about her opportunity. What is it like to officially be sponsored by one of the biggest sports brands in the world?
It's such a blessing. It obviously came a little sooner than expected, but I'm just so excited. I'm so happy. It's unreal, to be honest.
And you made the announcement on social media. What has the response been like since you made that post?
It's been ridiculous. Friends and family, there was even like a Gabrielle Union post about me. So I was like, oh my gosh, all of my friends, all of my family, even people outside of my sphere of influence have come in and congratulated me. And it really feels like I can take a little bit of time to celebrate.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone is so proud of you. You get to join a list of great female Nike athletes, women's soccer players, Megan Rapinoe, Alex Morgan, gymnast Simone Biles, tennis star Serena Williams. What does it mean to be alongside these elite group of women athletes?
I mean, they're the GOATs. They're like the greatest, and I aspire to be like them. So to be even related to them in some type of instance is an honor. I've actually met Megan Rapinoe, Alex Morgan, some of the soccer players you mentioned at a national team event. So it's like, oh my gosh, I met you. I want to become like you. And this is one of the steps that they took. So I'm so honored.
What was it like meeting them?
It was great. It was a camp in Florida, and we went out and we watched them train, and they were even cooler in person than I thought on the field. And to be a good player is one thing, to be a good person as well is just something I feel like embodies the brand and embodies them.
And what do you think it was about your personal brand that most appealed to Nike?
I feel like outside of what I do on the soccer field, of course, just my inspiration to women in sport and women of color who play sports. And I think that the community service that I do here, for example, the United Black Student Athlete Association, I'm co-president of that, as well as president of the SU Missions Team, which is a Christian-based organization that I'm really proud of. We do Sunday services, we do holiday special editions. We even go down to Tijuana for Christmas and build a little preschool. We'll build a little playground for preschoolers there. And I feel like that's a little bit of me coming onto the brand, and I hope that's what I bring and that's what they see in me. So that's a little bit of Simone to the Nike.
Why is giving back to the community so important to you?
I feel like to those who've been given a lot, you've got to give back, and it's just something that warms my heart, to be honest, and it doesn't even feel like a job. So I like doing more of the stuff that I don't even really think about.
And I know USC's athletic teams are all affiliated with Nike. The jersey is Nike, the gear is Nike. But what is different about this individual deal?
The individual deal is obviously different because I get to order anything on the site as well as do a lot of individual community outreach events with Nike. For example, in a couple weeks, I'm going to get flown up to the Nike World headquarters, which is really exciting. There's something called the Nike Rookie Summit that I'm really excited in participating in. So they're sponsoring the individual instead of Simone Jackson, USC Women's Soccer. This is actually the first time that I'm not wearing all Nike. It's very rare.
And what other events do you get to participate in being an official Nike athlete?
There's a lot of community events, especially here in LA. There's something called Football for Her. There's just a lot. There's futsal. There's so many ways that you can give back through the community through soccer, and how little girls can come and hear you speak. And I'm just getting started, but I'm really excited to keep going.
How did your sponsorship deal come about?
Obviously, doing what I do on the field helps. It was in and around the time that I was participating in the U20 Women's World Cup in Costa Rica. So there was a whole slew of camps prior to that, and I think that really set it off, as well as being signed to Wasserman. They've helped a lot as an agency, and training with my trainer, Beast Mode Soccer, has been great, and just training and doing your best and meeting the right people, being in the right rooms, and it coming to fruition is the dream come true.
And you said you played in the World Cup. What was that like?
I've never done anything like that. It was the biggest stage I've ever played on. The stadium was crazy. Like, there's no stadiums like that here. So to go to Costa Rica and see the biggest and the best done for U20 women was an experience. And when you score in a World Cup, it's a feeling unparalleled to any, because you're just like, yes, I can do it at home, I can do it at USC, but if you can do it on a world stage, it just says something different about you as a player, and it really means like the hard work is paying off.
And soccer is such an international sport. What are some of the places that you've gotten to travel to and that you maybe hope to travel to in the future?
Oh, that's a good one. I love traveling. I've been a part of the U.S. youth national teams, fortunately, since U14. So I've been to a lot of countries. Germany was a nice one. I like France, Holland, China. I like everything. To be honest, to travel doing what you love with the people that you love, there's no better thing. But I think my favorite place was Portugal because the croissants are so good.
And USC's women's soccer season recently ended, but soccer is clearly something that you do year-round. What is next for you?
Rest. Season has been a long one. Obviously, we got out earlier than we wanted to, but I think that taking a month, because I had that whole U20 Women's World Cup stroll, is good, and then I'm going to hopefully bounce back and hit the U23 Women's National Team running. That's the dream.
All right, well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Simone will begin training to make the U23 Women's National Team in the spring. From Studio A at the USC Annenberg School, I'm Devin Zayat.